So when I saw this Reddit post, I just had to make a video about it because obviously if you look at the photo, it's pretty ridiculous. This person has a lot of sealed product. So I just wanted to talk about this post, show you guys what this person has, do some, analyzing, read the comments, and just, remind you guys that right now, it is not the time to show your sealed collection, your sealed investments, whatever you want to call it. If you have a large amount of sealed products, right now is the worst time because you might end up on one of these subreddits because when there's supply issues and prices are high, people can't find anything at stores. If you're going online, showing all your sealed product, it's not really a good look. You're just asking for people to post you on these subreddits and for you to get shamed. If you want to do that and you're fine with that, you can go ahead. But I've explained why I kind of stopped showing all of my sealed product, especially now that I have a lot of the modern stuff. It's just not really a good time to do that. And this post is a perfect indication of why you probably don't want to show all your sealed product because, this is from the Pokemon TCG subreddit, the subreddit where everybody cries about scalpers. You can't see this post here has over 10,000 upvotes and over 1,000 comments. So you can see, obviously this post got pretty popular because it's from an evil scalper. And the title is "Scalping is Ruining the Hobby." How many times have we heard people saying that scalping is ruining the hobby? For the time being, sure, maybe it is because people can't really buy at these stores because one person is just buying everything. But it will go away. This is not like the end of the world. Scalping, it's like a short period of time. It's going to last and then it'll go away. It happened in 2021. People were able to do the same thing they're doing now, buy at retail, flip it, double their money. But when that does go away, scalpers will go away. It's just a period of time. It will go away. But let's just take a look at what this person has and talk about, this scalper. So when we enlarge this picture, first of all, this person this is probably a Facebook Marketplace post just by looking at, this right here. Usually people on Facebook Marketplace or any other, local, listing place or app where you can meet up locally. A lot of people will have a photo with their name in the picture just to show it's legitimate. And you can see this person actually has their name. Now I feel like this is sort of a bold thing to do if you're trying to sell this stuff, because first of all, in my opinion, there's no need, if you're trying to even sell this stuff locally, to show every single thing you have, like this mountain of sealed product. If I was this person, honestly, I'd maybe take a photo with everything, one of each, and just show maybe quantities or say to message me or something, because I feel like, if you go post this, you're just going to get a ton of messages of people, obviously going to be mad at you and might call you some names and stuff. So I feel like this person isn't really smart. Plus, they're also using their name. So overall, I feel like this person is kind of dumb for making this post wherever they posted this. But other than that, let's just take a look at what this person has. So I believe this person did a mixture of scalping online and in person, because I find it hard to believe that this person was able to scalp some of these products in person. For example, I did count, there's over 100 prismatic ETBs here. I find it very difficult or hard to believe this person would be able to find this many in stores in person. Also, there's all these sealed mini tin displays. Same thing. I don't think they really are, you're really able to find these in person. All these 2-pack blisters, I feel like to get this large amount in person would also be pretty difficult. But it is possible maybe over the course of a couple months they're able to amass this amount. But I'm thinking most likely it's a combination of in-person scalping and also online. Because you can also see here they do have some Costco products. The 151 Blooming Waters, most likely they bought from Costco. Same thing with the 151 mini tins, most likely bought in person at Costco, because the drops online lasted literally probably a minute. And also there's limits to purchasing online. So I think some of these were scalped in person, and I think some of these were also scalped online. And I feel like, there is somewhat of a difference. Some people say that scalping in person is the worst thing ever, but if you buy online and scalp then, it's not as bad, because in person to some people is a worse thing, and buying online is sort of fair game. For me, I can sort of understand, but you guys know me, like scalping, for me, it's whatever. I don't really have much of an opinion on it. It is what it is. And also some of these other products, I have a hard time believing they'd probably get this many in-person scalping. Like I think these are Paldean Fates booster bundles. Like, have these gotten restocked or something recently? Like, how did they get all of these? Same thing over here. Like, they got some Obsidian Flames ETBs, some Surging Sparks booster bundles. Like, I find it hard to believe that they got all of these in person, because some of these I don't know if they're even restocking. And also, all these 151 booster bundles, I don't think they're gonna. I don't know where would have this many, but like I said, it's possible they just accumulated this over months. But yeah, I just personally think that it'd be pretty hard to scalp and be able to amass this large amount of sealed product. But nonetheless, let's just look at some of these comments and see what people have to say about this person. Looks like narcotic pictures from police department. Yeah, honestly, like I said, this person's kind of dumb for showing all the stuff in one picture. I think it's kind of stupid, but yeah, honestly he did a nice job stacking all this stuff like a pyramid. Like it actually looks pretty clean, and somehow he was able to get all of these like perfectly stacked. Like if you can see, like all of like the amounts, like it's all even. There's two here, two here, two here, two here. Like this person honestly is very organized. Like you got to give him props, even though yes, he's an evil scalper. Like look how nicely he designed all this stuff. Like he has to get props for that because he made it look nice. So I'll give him that, even though he's evil. So let's keep going. Next comment. How does this guy get his hands on so much stock though? That's freaking stupid amounts. So this person basically says that this person, I mean, they're basically saying that he's just scalping all in person. I honestly don't believe that it's very possible to get all this in person, because when he goes to scalp, right, when this person goes in person, I think there's no way there's not other people also scalping. So when you take also that into consideration, like for this person to amass all of this by themselves, I think it's impossible. There has to be other people with him. Maybe he has groups of people that goes with him. I don't know, but I find it very hard to believe that he got all this in person. Dude put his real name. Is he trying to get robbed? Yeah, I mean, if that's his real name, he's also kind of dumb for showing all that stuff. Guess what would happen if no one paid over retail? Blame the people enabling the scalpers as well. I mean, the same thing. I mean, people thinking that this whole thing where, if we all just not buy, over retail, then we'll stop this problem. It's not going to work. Stores, LCSs are buying from scalpers, evil people paying over, MSRP. Distributors are charging over MSRP. It's not. This whole thing's not going to work. I've talked about it many times, and every time someone brings it up about, if we all just don't buy over MSRP, it'll stop. No, it won't. Then there's going to be a person right behind you buying. I hope this is in the basement and the house floods. Well, luckily for me, my product is nowhere near the basement, so I will not have that issue. Scalping is only a symptom of a wider problem, and that problem is treating Pokemon like a stock option to make massive amounts of profit in hopes of generational wealth. The Pokemon TCG is dominated by profiteers nowadays. It's not like the early 2000s or even the early 2010s, where it was mostly kids and young adults collecting for the sake of collecting or playing. The significant majority of the conversation now is how much money you can make from cards and the ROI. The majority of threads here have comments of how much money there is to be made from people's cards and collections, and that combined with the increased amount demand versus supply is why we have scalpers. So I don't think people are treating Pokemon like a stock option. I mean, I don't know why. I feel like that comparison makes no sense. I mean, people just know they can flip this automatically and make money. So I don't think people are really treating this like a stock option. And the whole thing here that this person's saying, it's sort of true. Back then, money wasn't as big of a thing with trading cards in general and Pokemon especially, but nowadays it sort of is. And I feel like, and I've talked about it before, the reason why this is because there's a lot more adults in this space. Because back then, Pokemon was 100% seen to be more of a kid's thing. But now, I think especially with the internet, a lot of adults have, come to a liking of Pokemon. Maybe they are, have some sort of nostalgia from when they were kids and they're now getting into it. And a lot of them have money. So I do feel like that's a big reason why a lot of Pokemon now is about money, is because there's a lot of adults. Because if the large amount of people that were in Pokemon were just kids like it was back then, the whole talk of money and all this investing stuff, it wouldn't be talked about as much. So I feel like that's another reason why I feel like people just blaming scalpers and all these other things of why prices are high and all these sorts of things. I feel like it's just wrong. I feel like it's just the change of demographic of Pokemon and how there's a lot more adults now and why prices are able to go as high as they are now is because adults have money and they're paying for it. So I do agree with it though that yeah, I guess it kind of sucks if you're just on the collecting side. Things are more expensive because now people do care about money. And some people may see that as a negative thing, which I can understand from the collecting side, but other people may see that as a good thing because obviously if you're trying to make money, it's a possibility and now you can make more money than ever. These guys think this is a great future investment, but it's a bad decision. There are God knows how many more of him out there doing this exact same thing. The market will be flooded in the future. I think everybody has heard somebody telling them that, you know what, everybody's doing this. There's no way you're going to make money. Everybody is holding product. It's all going to get flooded. Nothing's going to be worth anything. You should just, sell now while you can. This is definitely bait. People who really think this is a possibility or this is going to happen where none of this stuff is worth anything, the market's going to get flooded, don't listen to these people because obviously it's not in their best interest to talk about what the reality of the situation is, and it's that it's not going to happen. I mean, it's never happened. We've never had a situation where obviously long-term prices have not gone up and prices have crashed and stayed there. Like everything so far in Pokemon's history has pretty much gone up. So people saying this, they're just hoping, they're just holding on to a small, like thin piece of string, hoping that the thing doesn't fall apart. But what they're saying is completely incorrect. Like if you really think also that this is not going to be worth anything, then honestly you shouldn't even be mad. Like I feel like people who say that product and all these people doing this are going to lose so much money because the market's going to get flooded. If you really think that way, then why would you be mad about scalpers? Because they'll lose all their money, right? If you really think that's the case where this is a bad investment, then you should be happy it's happening, but you're not. Why? Because you're just coping. It's not going to happen. These people, evil or not, whatever you want to call them or think of them, they're going to make money, especially short term. I mean, a lot of these scalpers are just flippers. There's not a lot of risk because the market is not going to flood overnight. Reprints are not going to happen overnight. Scalpers, they sell relatively quickly. They'll make their money and there really won't be much risk. Crazy to see Obsidian Flames being scalped now, literally sat for months. Yeah, I'm not sure where this person got all these, Obsidian Flames ETBs, but I mean, it's pretty old, so I don't know if they're getting restocked, maybe in some areas, but yeah, that's all I want to talk about with this post. Just another one of these Pokemon TCG posts where people just say scalpers ruin the hobby. Screw the scalper, all these sorts of things. Scalping, unfortunately, is sort of here to stay for a little bit. Who knows when it's going to go away? It looks like scalping is probably going to exist for at least the next couple of sets until we know what's after Destined Rivals. We will see if scalping will still exist, if you can still make that sort of money buying at retail. But yeah, I mean, scalping, it is what it is. You guys know my opinions about it. I'm kind of indifferent. People, if they want to go through all the trouble standing in lines, fighting over cards, they can do it. But yeah, for me, not going to stand in lines, not going to fight over Pokemon cards. But hey, if these people want to do that, you can go ahead, but not for me. So that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.